Right now at 10, a body is found on the side of a rural road in Jackson County. The sheriff is looking for answers. And a mass search is being organized for a missing Winona woman. Search parties will be looking in 2 Minnesota counties. Plus, Governor Evers talks affordable housing with leaders of the Ho-Chunk Nation in Black River Falls.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 10. I'm Ken Kozarowski. Authorities are beginning a death investigation after finding the body of a man on the side of a road. The Jackson County Sheriff identified the person as 35-year-old Mitchell Norman Link from Tomah. According to a release from Sheriff Waldera, dispatch got a call from someone yesterday afternoon saying they saw a possible body lying along a rural road in the town of Alma, just outside of Maryland. Officers found the person dead once they got there, but couldn't determine a possible cause of death.
Nothing was evident at the scene of trauma or any evidence of a person that was the foul play, but we're unsure of why the person here, and we don't know how they got there.
The sheriff is asking anyone who has information about Link's death or his whereabouts yesterday to contact authorities or submit a tip to the Jackson County Crime Stoppers. The sheriff says the information they have right now leads them to believe that this is isolated and that there's no threat to the public. And a death investigation is underway in Trempealeau County after the sheriff's office says a man died of an accidental gunshot wound. According to a release, dispatch got a call right after 7 this morning from a 22-year-old man who had been shot in a parking lot of a business on Klein Lane. Deputies and officers got to the man first and started helping the victim before an ambulance and helicopter arrived, but that man died at the scene. The sheriff's office says the investigation so far shows this was an accident and that there's no danger to the public, but the investigation is ongoing. A mass search is being organized for a missing Winona woman. Madeline Kingsbury has been missing since the morning of March 31st. The Winona County Sheriff's Office, Winona Police, and the Fillmore County Sheriff's Office are asking for volunteers to look for Kingsbury tomorrow. There will be 2 locations to report to, the Winona County Goodview Fire Department or Rushford-Peterson High School. There will be 2 4-hour searches starting at 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. Volunteers must be over 18 and able to walk in rough terrain and for long distances. We've got more information about that search on news8000.com. The former Cashton High School teacher and coach accused of sexual assault and child enticement took the stand today. 52-year-old Jeremy Mosley responded to claims from one victim who described an experience when Mosley conducted what he called an examination of her hips. Mosley testified he never touched the victim in a sexual manner. He also said another victim was incorrect when she claimed he had her roll up her shorts to expose most of her buttocks to apply athletic tape. Mosley confirmed those interactions happened behind closed locked doors. Monroe County's district attorney quoted the school's handbook and asked if those decisions were a proper respect of student boundaries.
In retrospect, not, but we discussed what was going to be done in those assessments, and I was given the approval by the student to conduct those assessments. And I would apply KT tape in public areas as well.
You would?
Yes.
So if KT tape can be applied in a public area, why would you ever have to take a student behind a closed door?
It was because there was no area where it would have been quiet enough without a large amount of traffic of people, for me to be able to do this quick enough and effectively.
Closing statements are expected to happen tomorrow. Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers signed a bipartisan bill earlier today that will help attract and retain county jail staff. The bill classifies county jailers as protective occupation participants under the Wisconsin retirement system. That's similar to other law enforcement agents and ensures the same benefits. The La Crosse County Sheriff believes this will encourage people to enter the field.
I think it's a positive. It gives our current jail staff the opportunity to opt into this status. It gives all of our new hires coming up the ability to opt into this status. And really, the benefit for them will come at retirement.
Among other benefits, this new status lowers county jail personnel's retirement age to 50. Governor Evers is promoting safe and affordable housing, meanwhile, in the Ho-Chunk community. Today, the governor stopped by the Ho-Chunk Nation's 1st District in Black River Falls to talk with some of the nation's leaders about affordable housing. In 2021, the Ho-Chunk Nation received almost $12 million in affordable housing investments to help recover from the early days of the pandemic. Known as the Neighborhood Investment Fund, the grant went toward developing 28 affordable small home units and 10 supportive housing units.
The last thing we need to happen in Wisconsin is to have a significant shortage of housing. In addition to that, if child care isn't available, we're having people leaving the workforce. So our budget hopes to take some ambitious ways to not allow that to happen, but it's just great to be here to see the plans that the Thriving Nation has.
The grant was also aimed at reducing overcrowding in low-income rental communities of the Ho-Chunk Nation.
Wow, what a day. We had temperatures in the 40s and 50s. And if you like today, I think you're going to like the next several after that as we see temperatures going into the 60s, even 70s. Right now, we're at 36 degrees. We'll get to that coming up in just a couple seconds. We made it to 48 today in La Crosse, 44 Viroqua, 46 in Sparta, as well as Black River Falls. Bosco Bell, you made it to the big 50, 50 degrees. 49 was the high in Prairie du Chien. Outside right now, we're seeing temperatures in the 20s and 30s, 28 in Ladysmith, 29 Eau Claire. La Crosse, you're at 36, 10 cooler in Sparta, and then mid-30s from Viroqua to Decorah over towards Prairie du Chien and Bosco Bell. And we are substantially warmer still as compared to this time last night. Decorah, 7 degrees warmer. Preston, 4 degrees warmer. 5 degrees cooler in Sparta. Black River Falls, you are 7 degrees cooler. So here's a look at the next 8 hours. We'll see temperatures going to about 30 degrees by the 2 o'clock hour. Then we'll stay in the upper 20s throughout the majority of the overnight hours going into your Friday morning. Radar scan right now picking up a little bit of false returns across portions of Winneshiek and Alameda County. For the most part, we are staying mostly cloudy. Now, Ken, coming up in the first warn forecast, we're going to talk about temperatures in the 60s, in the 70s, sunny skies, and not bad at all, unseasonably warm. So
all right.
We'll talk about that in a few minutes.
Sounds like a plan. Thanks, Eric.
You bet.
Back on the news side of things this evening, the La Crosse County Sheriff's Office is putting in an effort to make our roadways safer. Officials have started a 30-day crash and speed reduction initiative. So you may see a larger police presence on Highway 53 and Highway 16 past Valley View Mall in West Salem. La Crosse County Sheriff says not to worry. Deputies are not searching for people to ticket. This initiative is about establishing a police presence to remind drivers to stay safe.
The purpose of this initiative is presence and deterrence, and to educate people on speeding, reckless driving, and the fact that we are coming into summer where we have more bicycles on the road, motorcycles, people walking.
The Sheriff's Office is still planning out the initiative. We'll keep you posted with more details as they come along. Downtown Main Street has a new executive director. According to a release, Mary Larson will step into the leadership role. Terry Bauer has served as the executive director for Downtown Main Street since 2020. Larson, his successor, owns Larson's General Store with her husband. Now, Bauer did still speak to us today as executive director about potential future parking plans for the downtown area. Downtown Main Street hopes to make parking a win-win situation for both downtown businesses and the city. They've been planning a parking benefit district. Funds collected from parking fees would go to snow removal, sidewalk repairs, and other ways to beautify store exteriors. The planning process may take years, but Bauer says he's hopeful his organization and the city can find a solution over time.
We need to do what we can do in a positive way to bring a solution to the table that, again, works for everybody.
Bauer says the plan might not come to fruition for another 15 or so years. A school referendum in Arcadia would have lowered taxes for property owners nearby, but it failed. Now the school superintendent is having to consider staffing changes to tighten up the budget.
Save big this Easter weekend, Friday through Sunday at Hy-Vee. Cook's smoked ham portions, just $1.49 a pound. Bird's Eye steamed fresh vegetables, just 88 cents. And 5 pounds of potatoes, only $1.99. Only at Hy-Vee.
Get 11% off your bathroom projects at Menards. Max has more than 1,000 shower doors, bathtubs, and showers to add luxury and style to your life. Get a Saks freestanding bathtub for $699.98 after rebate. Finish your renovation with a Mica shower faucet. This all-in-one faucet includes a rainfall and handheld shower head, giving you a spa-like experience. Now just $199.97 after 11% off at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
You have a day before you. Make it the best it can be with Holiday Inn Express and Suites. How about breakfast to start your day? Coffee, milk, juice, hot food, cold food, brain food. Because you need it for that important meeting in our meeting space. And let's not forget about the afternoon workout to help you keep up with your goals. But your day can't be all work and no play, so you have set aside time for your family in the water.
Come make it a day at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites of Onalaska La Crosse.
Save big this Easter weekend, Friday through Sunday at Hy-Vee. 8-ounce New York strips, just $5.99. Nabisco crackers, just $1.99. And 6-pack Pepsi products, only $2.75 each when you buy 4. Only at Hy-Vee.
"11 Wisconsin school districts in our La Crosse and Eau Claire regions put some kind of school referendum on the April ballot this year. 8 out of 11 passed on Tuesday. Now, Westby and Altoona's referenda failed by very slim margins, but Arcadia's referendum was swiftly rejected, 65% voting no. Arcadia Schools had asked voters to approve a $750,000 referendum for 3 years for building maintenance, retaining staff, and replacing old buses. Superintendent Lance Bagstad said the district held informational sessions every Monday night through the month of March, and turnout was low. He says they also used email, social media, and a page on the district's website to detail how the referendum passing would actually lower district voters' property taxes.
And it would have actually reduced the taxes on a $150,000 home by $362 from this year into next year. And then after that, it would have reduced it even more.
Now, he says economic uncertainty, inflation, and the fact that fair market property values came out last year and raised everyone's property taxes as something that may have influenced voters to vote no, especially if they hadn't seen the district's information. Now, Bagstad says his budgeting pencil has to be very sharp, and since the next state budget is not finalized, he has to assume the district isn't getting any additional help from the state. And that means making difficult decisions between now and the fall, including a hard look at staffing, which makes up 85% of the district's budget.
We're likely looking at not rehiring staff positions where we've had retirements or resignations. It could mean larger class sizes. It could mean limiting opportunities. For example, instead of having 3 levels of a particular sport, we might have to cut down to 2 levels of a particular sport. It might mean, do we have to reduce the number of contests that our high school sports teams play so that we can save locally on officials and workers and also save on cost for busing kids?
Bagstad hopes the state legislature realizes increasing public education funding is, quote, an investment into the future of our communities. And even though Bagstad has to assume that the state budget won't send any additional funding, if the state does raise its amount of public education funding, some cuts could be later undone. And if there's no increase from the state and Arcadia wanted to try another referendum, the earliest they could do so would be next spring election. After the break, the Biden administration proposes a rule that would prohibit full bans on transgender student athletes. The move comes as many Republican states are putting laws in place to prevent trans athletes from playing with their peers.
And in the world of weather, we have clear skies out there at this hour, and we're talking temperatures in the 60s and even 70s. We'll break everything down with the 8-day forecast on the other side of the break. Stay with us.
Get ready for the Spring Gift and Craft Show at the Onalaska Omni Center. Shop more than 100 of the best gift and craft vendors on April 15th and 16th. Entry is free, but we are accepting non-perishable food donations. Don't miss the Spring Gift and Craft Show.
Closeouts and clearances, deals and sales, pickup or delivery. It's tax return season at Black River Furniture Outlet. Shop great prices on Ashley, Catnapper, and Bestcraft furnishings. Buy sectionals, sofas, and recliners with power options. Accessorize with pieces like lamps, hanging art, and the area's largest selection of rugs. Winter is the best time to get cozy on a new mattress. Try out hybrid, double-sided, and all-foam mattresses on an adjustable base today. Family and veteran-owned, Black River Furniture and Cabin Outlet, Black River Falls.
Papa Murphy's presents How to Change the Way You Pizza. Step 1, grab a delicious Papa Murphy's pizza. Step 2, bake. Step 3, chow down on the deliciousness. Right now, get the chicken garlic pizza for just $11.99 at papamurphys.com.
There are so many things we take for granted. So many things. And along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for their survival for granted too. The elderly, disabled, the veterans, people on limited and fixed incomes, or folks that lost jobs in sectors hardest hit during the pandemic. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living? Some people just can't come back. And through no fault of their own, they're being left behind. struggling to keep their heat, water, and power on. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our heat, water, and power providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Non-drowsy Claritin knocks out symptoms from over 200 allergens without knocking you out. Feel the clarity and make today the most wonderful time of the year. Live Claritin Clear.
Get ready for the Spring Gift and Craft Show at the Onalaska Omni Center. Shop more than 100 of the best gift and craft vendors on April 15th and 16th. Entry is free, but we are accepting non-perishable food donations. Don't miss the Spring Gift and Craft Show.
20th Annual Early Bird Home Show. Lowest prices of the year on 2023 projects. Only at the Board Store Home Improvements, 524 Copeland Avenue, La Crosse. Get started today. You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
The Department of Education is proposing a new rule that will provide clarity for transgender student athletes and prohibit full bans on their participation in sports. It comes as many Republican-controlled states are passing bills restricting the rights of the trans community. CBS's Danya Backus has details from Los Angeles.
The Biden administration is proposing a new regulation preventing schools and colleges from outright banning transgender athletes from competition. The proposal adds to Title IX, a federal law that ensures students are not discriminated against based on sex. But the proposal does allow flexibility for schools to set their own policies, specifically if an athlete's participation undermines fairness on the field or could lead to injuries. The announcement comes the same day the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that West Virginia must allow a transgender girl to compete on her middle school track and field team while legal challenges continue in the state.
They want to, when these cases do start coming up to the court, if the court wants to say, you know what, basically, let's give this more time. Let's let states sort this out.
Earlier this week, Indiana and Idaho banned gender-affirming care for minors, and Kansas became the 20th state to impose restrictions on transgender student athletes after Republican lawmakers overrode a veto by the Democratic governor.
So I want to say directly to LGBTQI plus kids, you are loved just as you are.
White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre says the Biden administration stands with the LGBTQ community.
They are fierce, they fight back, they're not going anywhere, and we have their back.
The ACLU is tracking more than 450 anti-LGBTQ bills across the U.S. Danya Backus, CBS News.
The proposed rule still needs to undergo a 30-day public comment period before it takes effect. All right, time to switch things up and talk some weather with First Warn meteorologist Eric Dean.
Good evening, Ken. Good evening, everybody. Hey, we had a gorgeous sunset out there today. Matter of fact, take a look behind me here at the time lapse as we take the graphics full screen and just watch this sunset. It's just downright gorgeous. You can see the sun setting across the Cooley region. And like I said, overall, not a bad day across the area at all. Matter of fact, we have clear skies outside. There's city cam right now. You can see a gorgeous evening at this hour. We have clear skies at the airport. 36 is the current temperature. It feels like 32 out there. Winds are out of the north-northwest at 5 miles per hour. In Eau Claire, good evening to you guys. You're at 29 degrees. It feels like 29 out there with a nice calm wind out there. As we take a look here at the river level, so we're sitting just over 9 feet right now. Look at what happens as we go into the 9th of April, the 11th, and the 13th. We start to rise. It goes to 10.5 feet as we go into the 13th. Now, a flood stage is 12 feet, so this is something we'll have to keep an eye on as we go to the next several days. Now, we do have a flood warning in effect. This is for the Black River at Galesville. Flood stage is at 12 feet. It's at 11.97. It's forecast to go down to 10 feet by Monday morning. So we take a look at the Dean's List for tonight. So like I mentioned, the flooding concerns, they're going to be an issue. And make sure you find those sunglasses tomorrow, and especially for the next several days, because look at that third bullet point. Hello, 70s. Not just for one day, not for two, not for three, but 4 days. And as a matter of fact, the last time we reached 70 in La Crosse, you have to go all the way back to November 2nd, where we had a high of 76 degrees. So we see a high of 69 for Monday, then we go into the mid-70s Tuesday through Friday. And for the most part, we'll see abundant sunshine with that as well. Great day to just get out and wash your car. I know mine's really needing a good washing right now. Radar scan right now. It looks like we're seeing a little bit of precipitation. A lot of this is not hitting the ground. It is being picked up in the upper levels of the atmosphere. Made it to 48 today after a morning start of 25. 55, the double nickels, and 35 is where we should be for this time of year. In Eau Claire, you made it to 40 after a morning start of 24. 52 and 30 is where you should be for this time of year. Here's the setup right now. High pressure is large, it is in charge, it is in control, and we're going to stay in this pattern for at least the next several days. Look what happens as we go into the weekend, the Easter weekend. We go on the back end of a high pressure system. What this is going to allow to happen, I should say, is that temperature will start to go up substantially, and we're seeing temperatures right now in the 40s and 50s. Teens over towards International Falls, 21 in Bismarck, 41 Billings, 37 in Denver, 60 in El Paso. So let's go ahead and take a look here at SkyTracker. I want to go ahead and start the clock and take a look here at Friday morning. We'll see temperatures in the teens and 20s from top to bottom. As we go into the evening and overnight hours, we'll see temperatures going into the 40s and 50s. And then that precip chance starts to pick up across our northern zones. Majority of us won't see much of anything. Saturday, though, we see temperatures in the 50s and 60s. So the first one forecast for tonight, we'll see mostly clear skies, a nice light wind. Overnight lows in right around 28 degrees with winds out of the north at 5 to 10 miles per hour. As we take a look here at your forecast for tomorrow, we'll see temperatures in the 40s and 50s throughout the afternoon, early evening hours. You see that nice wind out of the south and southeast, and a balance of the next 8 days. We see temperatures going into the 60s for Tuesday, mid-60s for Wednesday, and Mr. Kozarowski, oh buddy, oh pal. I think those sick days are going to come into play Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday as we have highs in the mid-70s.
Yeah, just no news during those days.
No. Let's just take the news to the golf course, shall we?
Sounds
Top
like
story, hole in one.
That's right. Eric Dean, thanks very much. Coming up next in sports, oh man, rivals going at it on the softball circle. We'll have those highlights, plus Central Girls Soccer on a mission tonight. Their highlights and more next.
News 8 Now Sports is brought to you by Mayo Clinic Health System. At Mayo Clinic Health System, get personalized specialty care with access to experts from orthopedics to neurosurgery and cardiology to cancer care, all close to home.
I won't write your will.
I don't write contracts. I won't handle your divorce.
I do know a few things about personal injury law.
All I do is help injured people get the compensation they deserve.
At Bygoff and Rohde, that's how we get results.
Welcome to Wesco. Welcome to huge selection and savings. Buy anything in the store at our Wesco price and get the second item half off. That's right, buy one, get the second for half price with free white glove delivery and setup this month only at Wesco in Sparta.
To everyone who believes in tradition, come enjoy a few of ours from Wisconsin.
People in Wisconsin love a good fish fry.
Really love. And we love sharing it with guests everywhere.
At Culver's, we still batter our North Atlantic cod by hand to order.
And we cook it to a crispy, golden perfection just for you.
For you.
For you.
So it's crispy outside, flaky inside. Let us take care of you.
With some homegrown traditions we were raised on.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
I enjoy working with businesses, seeing their vision and being there every step of the way to watch them become successful.
Union State Bank meets our personal and business needs.
At Contractor Supply, our motto is your partner in building excellence, and Union State Bank is all of that.
I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for Union State Bank. I wouldn't have what I have today if it wasn't for Union State Bank.
Union State Bank, where customers and community come first. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome to Wesco. Welcome to huge selection and savings. Buy anything in the store at our Wesco price and get the second item half off. That's right, buy one, get the second for half price with free white glove delivery and setup this month only at Wesco in Sparta.
I've practiced personal injury law for 4 years.
For 20 years.
For 32 years.
All I do every day
is help injured people get the compensation that they deserve.
At Bygoff and Rohde, that's how we get results.
News 8 Now Sports is brought to you by Mayo Health System. Here's News 8 Now's Rob Schiff.
The spring sports season is in full swing. The weather's starting to heat up a bit. Hopefully the bats are as well. The softball season is here. We're going to start the show with one of the area's biggest rivalries. Let's head out to Chilion, Alaska. Hilltoppers playing host to rival Central. picked this one up in the second game, tied at 1. Go-ahead run at third for the Riverhawks. But check out this play by Jenna Ganson. She makes the catch. Then the sophomore shows off the cannon right on the money. Double play. Hilltoppers out of a jam. But in the third, Central comes through. Grace Blagan gets this to fall in shallow left. 2 runners are going to come in to score. Riverhawks take a 3-1 lead, and they weren't done. Still in the third, Ellie Buxton lays down a perfect bunt. Hilltoppers get the out at first, but heads up base running by Katie Gray. She slides in safe to make it 6-1. Riverhawks blow it open. They go on to win it by a final of 11-5. Let's go to the Diamond. Logan hosting Wausau West for 2. Rangers taking game 1 4-3. In game 2, Wausau jumps out to a 5-0 lead, but the Rangers respond. Johnny Lever starts the rally with a stand-up RBI triple. That cuts the deficit to 4. It's 5-1. Logan still battling back. Lucas Eilertson drills a base hit in a center. Lever trots home from third. That makes it 5-2. The home team hanging in. Then later in the inning, Rangers not done. Gabe Weber chops one to short. That's going to get through. Here comes Nick Jolly to make it a 2-run game. Wausau West is going to hang on, though. Rangers split the doubleheader as they fall in game 2, 11-8. Let's go to the pitch. The Central girls taking on Arcadia at Logan High School tonight. Riverhawks running away with this one. Right place, right time for Ellie Kirchner. She finds the back of the net to make it 2-0 Central. They kept their foot on the gas all night. Later in the half, Elliot Dale on the run makes it 3-0 Riverhawks, and Central just getting warmed up. This time, Kate Heiderscheit floating this one into the twine. Riverhawks take a 4-goal lead, and then it's Heiderscheit free kick opportunity. No good, but don't worry, Dale's right there for the putback. That makes it 5-0 Central, and the girls in black not looking back. Heiderscheit blasts another one home. All Riverhawks tonight in this one. They get the shutout win, 10-0. On to the pros now. The Brewers getting a well-deserved day off after putting a beat down on my Mets this week. The Crew completing the 3-game sweep of New York thanks to a couple of big-time hits. First, it was Jesse Winker driving in 2 to tie this baby up at 6. And then in the 9th, Garrett Mitchell is going to end it. A walk-off solo shot to right, an absolute no-doubter, ends this one in style as the Crew takes care of the Mets 7-6. They make it 5 straight wins. Milwaukee improves to 5-1 on the season. Brewers will look to keep it going this weekend as they begin a 3-game set at home against rival St. Louis. The Twins will have to wait until tomorrow for their home opener. Minnesota was supposed to play host to Houston this afternoon, but instead that game has been shifted to Friday. The Twins win 4-2 on their first road trip of the year. Started the season 4-0, but dropped their final 2 games in Miami. They'll look to bounce back tomorrow against the defending champs. First pitch scheduled for 3:10. And finally, perfect weather for round 1 of the Masters. Tiger Woods struggling a bit early on, but the 15-time major winner fighting back late. He birdies 16, Woods at +2 after 1. But what a first round it was for Victor Hovland. Already at 5 under through 10. Now on 11, Hovland sinks the long birdie putt here. He's atop the leaderboard at 7 under, along with this guy, Jon Rahm, struggling early on. He double bogeyed the first hole, but Rahm bouncing back in a big way. Check this out. Second shot on the par 5 8th. Can't get too much better than this. Rahm would tap it in for eagle. And after round 1, Hovland and Rahm both tied at 7 under going into Friday. I said Saturday early on, but it's Friday. Tomorrow's Friday.
Yeah.
Track of days. Brooks Koepka also at 7 under, so a 3-way tie atop the leaderboard.
Okay, and Hovland, I believe, 25-year-old. Yep. I don't think I've heard his name before, so he's really bursting onto the scene.
That happens sometimes. You know, you get that first round, but we'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's a tough one.
Yeah, and those are experienced guys behind him, too.
Absolutely.
Right on him.
It's gonna be fun.
Thanks, Rob.
You got it.
We got more news right after this.
Morning. Hardee's 2 for $5 mix and match breakfast starts your day with made from scratch sausage and egg biscuits, biscuit and gravy, or sweet cinnamon roll. Pick any 2, just $5. My rewards members get exclusive offers on the Hardee's app.
It's the Power Up Recliner Sale at Drury's in Fountain. Recliners to soothe, relax, and let you escape from the stress of every day. Durability and style come together in an amazing selection of power sofas, sectionals, and recliners. And if it has power, there's even 1-year special financing and free delivery. At Drury's, you'll find Lazy Boy, Southern Motion, Palliser, Stressless, and Flex Steel. All the best brands, all on sale. Plus 1-year special financing and free delivery. It's the Power Up Sale now at Drury's in Fountain.
LaCrosse Glass and Overhead Doors has been selling, servicing, and installing garage doors since 1964 and believe garage doors should be exceptional quality and craftsmanship. We guarantee to help you select a door to fit all of your needs. We offer a large stock inventory of CHI overhead doors, including residential, commercial, rolling steel, and high-speed doors. Visit our website and design the door of your dreams with CHI Door Visions. Get your free quote today.
Hey golfers, don't miss the Golden Golf Deal at Drugan's Castle Mound. Get a full 7-day-a-week golf membership for only $500 for 2023. Limited $500 memberships are available, so visit the website at drugans.com to purchase this membership or call 526-4144 now before this great deal is done.
At Drugan's Country Club, yes, Drugan's.
Protect your home and save with 11% off everything at Menards. Your roof is the first line of defense against the elements. Shingles protect your home and impact its curb appeal. Owens Corning architectural shingles can withstand up to 130-mile-per-hour winds and have a limited lifetime warranty. Available in over 60 styles. You'll have big dreams for your home. Choose Owens Corning shingles. All 11% off right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
It's the Hardee's Star Deal Combo. Get a Hardee's Charbroiled Double Cheeseburger, crispy 3-piece hand-breaded chicken tenders, or original hot ham and cheese with a small fry and drink for just $5.99. My Rewards members get exclusive offers on the Hardee's app.
Time to get into the spirit of the Easter weekend, I suppose. A new social media trend has people painting potatoes instead of eggs. Farming organization Potatoes USA is supporting this idea by offering tips on how to get the best Easter spud. You can use food coloring or regular paint. The group also says potatoes are less fragile than eggs and easier for kids to hold. And here's a sneak peek at some Easter-themed events coming up in the area. This Saturday, Ultra Federal Credit Union is hosting their 51st annual Easter egg hunt at the Omni Center. Grounds open at 10 a.m. and participants could win several door prizes, including a grand prize bike in each age category. Also on Saturday, Wuffy and JCI Lacrosse JCs are hosting a doggy egg hunt. The event starts at 1 p.m. and is broken into time slots so each pup can get their fair share of treats. And the Easter Bunny will also be making a special guest appearance. We'll be right back to wrap things up.
It's the Bobby Bones Show. Let's go. We're going to make you laugh. And the biggest stars in country music, they all come by here.
Really? Yeah. Shut up.
Join me, Bobby Bones, every weekday morning starting at 6 on Kix 106.3.
Pilgrims in Arcadia is looking to add maintenance technicians and want you to apply. We offer you on-site training in our new state-of-the-art training center, flexibility with 4 different shifts, competitive pay, career advancement, and a hefty benefits program. Here's what our employees have to say.
I would encourage anybody looking for a job in maintenance to come to Pilgrims because we give them the opportunity to train and advance their careers through our program.
If you are looking for a good, stable, reliable job, Pilgrims is the place to work.
Apply in person at our recruiting office, Main Street, Arcadia.
Honey, where are the kids?
I put them in the furnace so I could figure out why we don't have any heat.
You did what?
Maybe it's that loose wire.
Maybe it's that plug vent.
Maybe it's the bad igniter.
Maybe it's a dirty flame sensor.
Or maybe...
Why don't we just call G&T Heating and Air Conditioning?
Quality you can count on, experience you can trust.
With over 50 years of combined experience, G&T services residential and commercial customers within 50 miles of West Salem.
Transportation, food supply, everything is going carbon-free. At Xcel Energy, we see it too. Eco-friendly car washes, carbon-free search engines, and all that clean energy needs clean energy. The same reliable, more affordable energy that powers your home. This is how the future is made.
3-time ACM Entertainer of the Year and 8-time Grammy Award-winning superstar, Carrie Underwood. Carrie Underwood in concert. Live at the Treasure Island Amphitheater, Friday, July 21st. Get tickets now at TICasino.com. For more, visit CarrieUnderwoodOfficial.com.
Hi, it's Elvis Duran. Thanks for listening. We are just the family sitting around the table.
Best answer ever!
We're always fun.
Hi, it's Elvis Duran from the Mix Morning Show. Wake up with us every morning on Mix 96.
Take advantage of this nice-looking 8-day. We go to 62 Saturday, 66 for Easter Sunday, upper 60s to low 70s for Monday, and how about mid-70s for next week?
I think that sounds pretty good.
Car
We'll
wash
take it.
weather.
Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.